in this video. With 4 DNFs in 10 rounds, Pecco BAGNAIA says goodbye to the title. Stefan Bradl furious with Honda after the German GP. And Pedro Acosta says he wants to be at KTM in MotoGP. My name is Sankalp and this is your Racing News Fix. After putting the Desmo Sidici on the pole position with a record-breaking lap time, Pecco BAGNAIA and Ducati had high hopes to score well in German GP and start to catch up to Fabio Quartararo in the title fight. However, Pecco crashed out early in the race while chasing Quartararo and has now slid 91 points behind the current championship leader. When asked by Speedweek.com if he thinks his title hopes are still alive, Pecco responded by saying, "It's a shame because we squandered another opportunity. Once again, we were among the strongest. But Fabio is proving more and more that he is the most complete rider. It is definitely a lot harder now, but we still have 10 races and we will try to make the most of them and go as far as possible." Praising his rival, Pecco continued, "Quartararo is the only one who doesn't make mistakes, rides the Yamaha as it should and makes a difference." When asked about the crash, Pecco explained, "Looking at the data, we do not understand why. It is almost unexplainable. The tire was at normal temperature and my feelings were good, so understanding the reason of the fall is difficult. I see these kinds of falls on the ranch, but not in MotoGP. But the one that certainly remains is the fact that I fell. After a weekend like this, crashes are even more dangerous. It is difficult for me to find a positive aspect this time, although today we were ahead and we could have fought for the victory." At Sachsenring, where they have dominated for the last 11 years, Honda had their worst ever race in the last 40 years. The only Honda rider to even see the checkered flag was Stefan Bradl, and he also failed to score any points as he finished in P16. The long-time HRC MotoGP test rider says he had to back off and somehow finish the race after the Honda engine burnt his right foot. In the post-race debrief, Bradl said, "I don't know why I finished the race, because physically I was more than on the limit. I was more than 21 seconds behind the second to the last guy. You feel stupid when you are the last fool in the race. It was terrible. Honda failed to develop a fairing that would allow riders to survive the heat. This message must be heard. This situation is not acceptable. After a couple of laps, I had to give up and get some fresh air for my bike and for my body. I couldn't pull up the brakes because my fingers were burnt. Then I burnt my right foot because it was just getting so hot. The heat of the engine or something is just not acceptable how it gets transferred to the body. So very sad day for me, for us in general." And the reigning Moto3 champion, Pedro Acosta, has had a relatively difficult start to his Moto2 campaign. But regardless, there are plenty of rumors linking him with a MotoGP switch very soon. When asked by AS.com about when the switch to MotoGP would come, Acosta started by saying, No, I have to focus on Moto2 and do well here. I already said it before winning in Moto3, the important thing is not to win in Moto3 or Moto2, but to win in MotoGP. Even if you don't win, if you're doing well, you are ready to go. You have to arrive being able to do in your first year what Jorge Martin did. Won races, led them, did poles and fastest laps. That is what needs to be achieved. When asked about the likelihood of a Repsol Honda switch, he said he hopes to go to MotoGP with KTM. Acosta said, "There is nothing really about that. The ones who dressed me on the first day were KTM, and I hope to continue dressing in these colors on the day I go up to MotoGP." Is Pecco BAGNAIA really a championship winning rider, or is he too prone to mistakes to ever win a title in the Premier class? Let's chat in the comments below. If you made it till here and still are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, and don't forget to check out these two videos which I know you will enjoy.